Good morning, students. Now, yesterday we have studied about the agriculture sector. Sector on the eve of independence. That is also known as the primary sector. Fine. Today we are going to study about the secondary sector. That is our manufacturing industries. That how these manufacturing industry or industrial sector, even the handicraft sector, was destroyed by the Britishers. What was the condition of this sector at the time of India got independence here? So, the conditions were, first of all, discriminating tariff policies of the state. Discriminating tariff policy here means that the British government in India wanted has seen India as the best resources for raw materials, as they were having a shortage of land into their own country. So what did they thought? They thought that India is one of the best resources from where we can get the raw material. So what they have done? They have done a tariff-free exports of raw material. The raw material which is produced here in India, no taxes was laid on them. But tariff-free import of British industrial produce was one of the main reason here. The second step Britishers has taken, that whatever product which is being made in the British industries, what will happen? The import of those British industrial product will be tariff free. No taxes will be there. So this was a discriminating policies of the Britishers, due to which the handicraft industries as well as the manufacturing sector was paying a heavy duty on that. Now, second was disappearance of the princely states. Now, princely states here means the Maharajas, the kings at that time. What they were doing? They were promoting the handicraft industries. They were using that. But what happened? As the British rule came here in India, these princely states who were preserving the handicraft industries started declining or disappearing. The third condition was the competition from the machine-made goods. See, the industrial goods which was made by the British industries, they were more productive, more variety, more quality, and less prices. They were having these type of quality, and due to which the handmade product, in comparison, the handmade product which was produced here in India by the cottage industries, the quality were very good, as well as the prices was also very high, and having a very less varieties, due to which the people were preferring the large variety, low cost industrial product from the British. So this is one of the major reason by which what happened? The machine made good had given a stiff competition to handmade goods here. New pattern of demand has now arises. Now new culture due to British impact has started here in India, and now the people here in India, what they were doing? They were adopting the Western lifestyle. So then the taste and preferences of the consumer are also changing due to that, and due to which new pattern of demand has rises here in India. Now, due to which the next point is introduction of railways. As you all know that railway is a gift of Britishers here in India. Fine. And they started the railways, and these railways, what they were doing? They were only carrying the British goods and product which the British wanted to be travelled from one place to another, which lead to the decay of the handicraft industries. I hope it has been clear to you. Now, there is also one of the most important questions which has been asked here, that what are the reason of bleak national growth of modern industries here in India? Modern industries, why bleak national growth here means that the modern industries were growing very slowly. The growth of these modern industries are very slow. So what is the reason behind that? The main reason, behind the bleak national growth is, first is the capital industries and the infrastructure industries. See, industries are categorized into two forms. One is the capital industries, capital-based industries. Those industries which are making the capital goods. You have already studied in class 11 capital goods like plant and machineries. Fine. And a product which is which need high capital investments. And infrastructure industries are the industries which are making the infrastructure set up in India. So these two type of industries are there, capital industries and infrastructure industries. So now what happened? There is a very slow process of these two industries in India. Why? Because these capitalistic and infrastructure industries need more capital investment, and at that time what happened, the people are not having so much capital with them to invest into the industries, and even the British government was not at all making any initiative to invest in these type of industries. And these two industries are the basic industries which are for the national development and growth. So this is also one of the major factor due to which there is a bleak national growth. This is an important term here, bleak national growth here in India. Now, what are the also one of the most important questions which can be asked in this sector is, what are the backwardness and limitations of the growth of industrial sector on the eve? So the same point will be recorded here or done here, discriminating tariff policy, which we have already studied. After that we will be doing railways in India, how railways of India, new pattern of demand, machine made product. So all the points, but the question is different, the points are same here. So now one of the important question in this chapter of the secondary sector on the eve of independence, the one of the most important question which can be asked is, this is also one of the important question, how did the restrictive trade policies of the colonial government adversely affected India's foreign trade? Now we are talking about trade. Trade, foreign trade means import and exports. We have already done that here. Import of machine made product was free, tariff free. And when we are exporting what? When we are exporting the raw material to the British, then it is also free, tariff free. And that is the discriminating policies which has affected the foreign exchange trade. 80% of India's foreign trade exchange was restricted to India and Britain only, because India was a colony here, and in the colony the Britishers does not allow to export goods and services to some other country. So this was one of the major reason or restrictive trade policies which the colonial government was applying in India, due to which our foreign exchange or foreign trade was adversely affecting here. I hope it has been clear to you. Now, one of the most important question here which arises is, now you have to critically appraise some of the shortfalls of the industrial policies by the British. Means, what are the shortfalls? Shortfalls here means that what are the shortcomings or what are the restrictive things the British government was doing with the Indian industries or industrial policies, so that they can turn everything into the positive corners for the Britishers. So first was deindustrialization. Deindustrialization means exploitation of India's wealth of raw materials and fulfilling the emerging needs of the industries. In Britain, what they were doing, they were not making any efforts here in India. Only what they were doing, they were just fulfilling their requirement of raw material from India, and so that they can fulfill the industrial needs in Britain. This was the first most important problem which were faced by the Indians by the colonial government. Second was Adverse effect on handicraft industries, we have already studied, because due to the goods, see, Indian goods were very good quality goods, and there was a demand also in the international market. But if they have to export these handicraft out of India, what happened? They have to pay high tariffs to the British government, which made these products costly into the colonial world or international market. Due to which, what happened? Our industrial product become very costly, and adverse effect was there in these industries. The demand become low due to the high prices of these goods. Lack of capital industries, no investment was done by the British government on these capital industries, and private cannot afford to invest in such a big amount. Limited role of the public sector. Public sector was playing a very limited role. No public sector industries were there which were providing the industrial base here in India. So these are major factors which are related with the industrial sector of India on the eve of independence.